I'm here to introduce the Blaux heatcore desktop heater. As you can see, the heater is very small and compact, cool to the touch, and it uses ceramic technology to heat the device. The ceramic technology is good for heating quick and also cooling down quick. So a brief overview is that this surface is going to be hot when you turn on the device, so be sure not to put your hands on the grill or even the plastic deco plating. The back here is the air intake. Make sure not to cover the heater or else you might cause some damage or even a fire, that's just for safety. So don't block the intake or else your heater will overheat with no air coming through. So from the back you can see there is a main power switch. This tack switch is required by safety, so that as off, the whole device will not turn on. If you turn it on, then the device will be automatically on standby, and you'll have to turn on the power switch at the top here in order to turn on the device. So to start off, let's turn on the power. Your first mode will be fan. Within this mode, you have 3 different temperature modes. The fan mode has no temperature, it's just whatever your room temperature is, and it'll turn on the fan in 1 speed. All 3 settings will also be in the same fan speed. If you press it again, the high mode, which is high temperature, 1200 watts of warmth, will be emitted, and you can cycle down to low, 700 watts of warmth, and you can cycle back to regular fan, high, low. Also, when you're on high or low heat, if you turn off the device, as you can see, the fan's still on. Don't be alarmed because this is a 30-second cool down for the whole device to cool down before it turns off. So after 30 seconds, this will completely turn off. So let's go turn it back on and show you the other mode. Let's say it's on low or high. And on the right here, you see there's timer. There's 1 hour, 2 hours, and 3 hours. So whatever I click within the hours, that will start to counter, and after the 2 hours, 3 hours, or 1 hour up, you'll have another 30 seconds of cooldown as you have when you turn on manually, and then the whole device will turn off on standby. So to turn it back on, you just have to press power once again. So you can cycle through the time. And while we're at this, let's show you that there's also another safety feature called the anti-tilt. So if I tilt this device, you can hear the fan stopped. That's because in the bottom, you see a little switch here. This switch, when released, will turn off the device and put it on standby. So this will shut off the device automatically, and you have to make sure you keep it on a stable flat surface once again, and then turn on the power button to turn on again. Once you lift it or tilt it over or drop it, it's off. So be sure to let it have some cool down because this will get hot, so you don't want to touch it when the heater's been on. Okay, let's move on to the back filter, as you can see here. The filter here has our special ZPT coating. So what happens is that the filter can act as one to prevent dust from catching and getting into the ceramic heater, and then you end up smelling some burnt dust. So this will help catch all those particles. At the same time, the ZPT coating prevents bacterial growth. So say if you're in a very wet or humid environment, or if anything else gets on there, it prevents any growth and any smells and whatnot. So in order to change this filter or to clean it, simply push down on the tab you see on the top and then let it rock down. As you can see, there are a couple teeth here which will line up at the bottom of this air intake, which help lines you up and then snap it back in place. So you can see the filter here. If it gets too caked up with dust, you can simply vacuum it or just dust it off, or replace it with a whole new one. Do not wash it or soak it in water because that will compromise the ZPT coating on the filter, which gives it that antimicrobial property. So to say if you got a new filter or you cleaned it out, you can simply place it back on your air intake cover. Make sure the teeth line up at the bottom, as you can see here. And then once that's all flushed, just snap it to place. Another neat feature on this is because of that pedestal shape is that you can literally cord wrap around this very quickly around the base, and then you can lift it and take it to wherever you want.